Planning a trip to the bathhouse can be a daunting experience. What can you expect on the other side of the door? What types of people are you going to run into? And of course, what amenities are they going to have? Naturally, the answer is going to depend on the bathhouse itself and its location in the world. There are some common amenities that are often found at the gay sauna or sex club, and today we're going to take a closer look at two of them. I am talking, of course, about the private booths and the Slurp Ramp. And if you don't know what a Slurp Ramp is, stay tuned, I'm going to go into it. In this video, I am going to explain what the cabins and the ramp are meant for and go through some basic do's and don'ts so that you can maximize your pleasure while sharing these spaces with other people. I'll be filming today on location at my sex club Anvil here in Toronto. Now, Anvil has a lot of the same amenities that a typical bathhouse would have, but if you don't like getting wet, the idea of wearing a towel does not appeal to you, then come to Anvil. Website linked below. Let's dive right in! Bathhouses are fun, sexy places that I have enjoyed for many years. Going so far as to bring my cameras inside to shoot some spicy content with some very hot creators. You can watch my bathhouse collabs on my OnlyFans page. That is linked through my website, found in the description below. Okay, first off, let's cover what a private cabin is and what a Slurp Ramp is and why they exist at all. You are probably already aware that a private cabin is just that. It's a cabin that has a door, because when you're in a public space, sometimes you do not want everybody and their grandmother. I don't know what somebody's grandmother is doing at a bathhouse, but how did she sneak in? I don't know. Sometimes you just want privacy. You don't want all those eyes on you. You don't want all those hands on you. You have found somebody and you want a little bit of privacy. Maybe you don't have a room already booked like at a bathhouse. So the cabins are for everybody to use. You go in, you shut the door, you use it. When you're done, you leave. Somebody else can use the cabin. The cabins a lot of times also have glory holes in them. So part of the allure of a private cabin is not only to be away from the crowds of eyeballs, but also to have anonymous encounters with somebody who is perhaps next door. You don't know who it is. Suddenly there's a body part sticking out through a hole, and there you go. Or you're sticking your body parts through the holes, and there you go. So the cabin allows for an anonymity that the open spaces do not allow. Now, the Slurp Ramp is simply a raised platform that folks can walk along, and there will be a ledge with glory holes so that the people on top can stick themselves through the hole and the people below can service the people above without having to get on their knees. So basically you're standing and servicing somebody because they're on this raised platform. There are different kinds of Slurp Ramps. Some are more private than others. Some are open. You can see exactly who's down there. Some, like at Anvil, are more anonymous. So you can know if you want to know who it is, but you don't always have to know because there's a little bit of more anonymity at our Slurp Ramp. Now that we understand what those things are, let's look at some best practices so you will feel fully confident to go ahead and use these spaces to their maximum potential. Let's start with private cabins, do's and don'ts. First do is basically use the cabin the way that it's meant to be used, meaning invite somebody inside. That's what it's for. So if you see a cabin that's empty and you have somebody you want to play with and you want more privacy with that person, invite them inside the cabin. Another thing to do with the cabins is play through the glory holes. That's also what they're for. Sometimes, if a cabin is sandwiched between two other cabins, you got holes on either side, so you can get super creative. You can use both holes. You have a couple of holes yourself, so you can invite somebody into your cabin. There's two of you inside one cabin. Maybe you're playing with each other, maybe you both are playing with each other and playing with opposite holes. Like, there are so many combinations, so get creative and use those holes. And another do, I would say, is if you actually do want privacy, is to lock the door. The doors have locks 9 times out of 10, and they have them for a reason, because it's dark, people don't know that there's somebody in a cabin necessarily, and they're looking for an empty cabin, so they're pushing on the doors. Now, there are a few don'ts when it comes to the private cabins. The biggest number one, do not hog the booth. Now, at Anvil, we're lucky, we have a lot of booths. We got a lot of glory holes. There's a lot to go around. Not every bathhouse or sex club is as lucky. They don't have as many cabins. So do not hog the booth. Don't just stay in there. Give everyone a chance to enjoy it. Another don't, I would say, is don't cock block through the glory hole. And this has happened to me before. It's, you're in the cabin, there are glory holes. Sometimes you just bring somebody into a private cabin because you just want to play with them. So the glory holes are just kind of like, you don't need them, you're not using them. However, there'll be somebody next door trying to get your attention, which in itself is not a bad thing. I mean, that is what the glory holes are for. It's to play between the cabins. However, if you are in a cabin using the glory hole and the person next door is pushing your hand away or just blocking the hole or something, don't keep pressing the issue. They're not interested, and that's okay. There'll be another hole, another cabin, and another day. You know when somebody's interested, they will reciprocate. You'll know right off the bat. If they are pushing you away or not interested, leave them alone, because you're just making their experience unenjoyable. So pay it forward, And also, do not bust through a closed door. If the door is closed and it's locked and you just keep banging on the door, there's somebody in there, but whatever, you're just trying to get in, don't do that. Just let them finish and then take your turn. But that goes back to don't hog the booth too, so kind of ties in together. And hey, if you're liking this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to that channel so you do not miss a thing. And if you're a fan, why not consider becoming a member of the channel by finding the join button on the right-hand side of the main channel page. Thank you for the support. Now we're going to examine the Slurp Ramp do's and don'ts. A do for the Slurp Ramp is make yourself seen. When you're up on the Slurp Ramp, you can basically be seen, but sometimes when you're in a cabin on the down part, if somebody doesn't know you're there and you're ready for action and you're willing to participate, and you got to make yourself seen. There's a few ways of doing that. It's a glory hole, so if they can't see you because it's dark, if you're too far back, you need to bring yourself forward so they can see your face. If you want it to be more anonymous and you don't want it to be your face, you can just put your hand on the edge of the hole like this. And if you really are like impatient, you're looking for action, just start tapping. And that's the signal for, the universal signal for, hey, I'm open for business, come, fill it up. Do be comfortable with anonymity. If you're not, then maybe the Slurp Ramp isn't for you, because depending where you are, it can be a rather anonymous experience. So if you are being serviced, sometimes you don't know who's servicing you. And even vice versa. It can be both ways. So you need to be comfortable with anonymity. That would also go for the private booths if you're playing between the booths. And I would say with the Slurp Ramp, a big do is do make sure you're clean. Clean in the sense of no schmegma or dick cheese, smells that are just not good. I understand man smell, I understand crotch smell, I understand man funk, trust me, I like the smell of my own balls. But you know which smells I'm talking about. You know the smells I'm talking about. We don't want that. Don't put that out there. When you go, you know that you're going to be in the Slurp Ramp. Make sure you're clean. At Anvil, we have cock wash stations where you can clean your dick. You can clean yourself before and after to give everybody a nice experience, Those cock wash stations are coming. I don't know by the time I release this video if they'll be in, but they are coming, and it's not a sink, it's a dick sink. So you just walk up, you can rinse off your dick and then keep playing, which is great because we also have a sling. Okay, now for Slurp Ramp don'ts. Do not be afraid to stop the action. I have gotten comments of people asking me before, is it okay for me to stop, or do I need to finish them off? And absolutely you don't have to finish them off. You didn't sign a contract, you're not beholden to anybody, so don't worry. Just because you start with somebody doesn't mean you need to finish with them. Whether you are receiving or you're giving the action, it doesn't matter. Another don't for the slurp ramp is hog the hole or the cock. So depending on the space, now we have the largest slurp ramp in the city at Anvil. So this might not pertain to that. We've got lots of holes and there'll be a lot of cocks. But sometimes if a place is not that busy, if there's not a lot of holes to use for this purpose, do not just stand there hogging the hole, blocking the hole, or, bogarting the one cock that's there. And finally, I would say, for the slurp ramp, do not take things personally. This is a general rule that works for the bathhouse in general. Do not take things personally. Actions begin, actions end. We don't know why people choose to behave in the ways that they do. Sex is a complicated thing. People are sometimes inebriated. It's dark in there. You're allowed to change your mind, and it's okay. Never take things personally. Don't worry, there's another man just around the corner. So, whether you're planning your first trip to the tubs, you've been many, many times, but you've avoided the cabins, or you're a slurp ramp whore, I hope this video helped ease your worries, ignite your curiosity, or at least give you a good laugh. My channel is made possible through the support of my patrons, like my newest patron, Greg. Patrons of my channel get advanced access to videos and behind-the-scenes content. And for a deeper dive, why not sign up for my newsletter? It's absolutely free and full of discounts on fun stuff for you to enjoy. Fun, spicy toys for you to enjoy. For all the ways that you can support, just go to patrickmarano.com, linked in the description below. And I will see you in the next video. Mwah!